What's going on, guys? My name is Riley, aka Pokemon Trader. I am a Pokemon collector, investor. Been doing it since about 2015 or so, and I'm here to just talk about my experience and give you guys some advice if you care to listen. And if you guys like what I'm doing, if you like the videos, please like and subscribe. It really helps. And leave a comment. I like seeing what you guys have to say and hearing from the community. And honestly, it actually gives me a bit more investing knowledge just to hear from other people, because I know what I think, but I don't always know what the market at large is thinking. And just hearing from random people, whether it be in stores and LGSs or comments, I can actually get insight into what the average person is thinking. So today I want to talk about, should you panic sell everything right now? Sell it all? The answer is usually no. In fact, it's never no. You should never panic sell. Sometimes it's the right time to sell. Sometimes it's not. But recently we've had a bit of a market upturn, right? We had a pullback and softening for the last 3 months, probably since about August. A lot of these higher end, like Sword and Shield booster boxes, cases, stopped selling. And they didn't necessarily tank in price. Some did pull back about 20% or so. But mostly we just saw sales completely halt, right? In a lot of my investments. So I have some Lost Origin booster box cases, just Sword and Shield booster box cases. And they went massively up in price over the last year to 2 years or so. And over the last 3 months, they just completely stopped selling. And then in the last, probably since the end of November, really is when it first started. We started seeing sales happening again. It started with all of the lower listed product, the lower priced product being completely bought up. And then now we're seeing some of the higher listings get bought out as well. So one example is Silver Tempest. There were cases on TCG Player for as low as, I think, like 2,900. That was probably the lowest it got. And I picked one up. And so did 4 other guys, and all 5 of those under 3K got bought out. Now there's none listed under 3,500. So should you panic sell? No, you shouldn't, right? This is not the time to sell. And that's kind of what I've been doing, right? Is just watching the market, seeing where things go, and not really making a whole lot of big moves. I have been buying things here and there that I deem to be good deals, but I really haven't been selling. I sold probably 15% of my total investment in Pokemon, again, at the end of August, all to one guy, one sale, went great, everything was good. And it was mostly stuff I didn't want. It was a lot of raw cards, some slabs that I didn't want, and lower graded slabs that came back from PSA that were like 6, 8s, 9s, whatever. And, but since then I haven't been selling because the market softened and I don't have to sell, right? And that's a place that you want to be in. You want to be in a place where you don't have to sell ever. You always want to do the advantageous sale. You only want to sell when it's advantageous to you. You see an opportunity, you're going to use the money to go here and buy this product or whatever it is. Ideally, in this space, a lot of people talk about how, sometimes life happens, medical bills, this and that. And yeah, of course, I have done that as well. But I would never advise you to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to sell for life reasons, right? If you can, get a second job, go back to school, get a raise, whatever. Obviously, it's easier said than done, I know, but you do everything you can to not tap into your investments, right? Like, that would never be the advice. You would never get that financial advice from a financial advisor if you were asking about selling your 401k. Cashing in on your 401k, or selling out stock investments, or should I sell part of my house to pay for this bill? I mean, again, if you have to, obviously, then you have to, I guess. I don't know your financial situation, but most of the time you don't have to. We can typically work more, we can get a different job or get a second job. So I understand it can be hard, but there are ways to not tap into your investment, right? No financial advisor is going to be like, yeah, go cash in your 401k to pay for your phone bill. No, sell something else, get a second job, whatever it may be, because you want to guard those investments with your life. And that's why, again, you don't want to panic sell. You don't want to sell off, oh, the market came back up, I gotta sell. Just chill, just wait, right? We know in 30 years of Pokemon history, people haven't really been investing that long, but in 30 years of Pokemon's history, every booster box, every card, every product, again, especially sealed, has only ever gone up over time. Now, in the short term, it can be volatile. It can go up and down, cards swing a lot, even boxes, right? I remember, I think Nostalgianomics made a video, and he mentioned how when he started collecting, which was around the same time I started collecting, in 2015, that was considered the dead era, like 2006, 7 to 2014 or so, 2013. That was just like Pokemon's least popular time. And everyone's like, well, during the dead era, you could pick up all this stuff for cheap. Well, yeah, it was cheap compared to now, but at the time, a sealed booster box, I remember in like 2014, 15, an unlimited booster box was still like $1,000. So even take that right there, the dead era, the end of the dead era of Pokemon, the least amount of interest, the least amount of demand. Pokemon was at an all-time low. Nobody cared about it, right? Us, the 90s kids who grew up on it, hadn't quite gotten to that part of adulthood where you start looking back on and being nostalgic for Pokemon. We were just getting our lives going, getting out of college, that kind of stuff. So even at that time, a booster box that you could get for $80, $100 in 1999, 2000, 2001, because there were 4 unlimited base set reprints, not including first edition or shadowless, just 4 unlimited. So tons of booster boxes. Even then, one you could get for $100 ballooned to $1,000 over 10 to 13 years, right? Now that's not as good of an investment as we're seeing in a lot of products nowadays, but that's still 80, 90% returns year over year. And that was during the dead era, guys. And this has gone on again in the US for 26, 27 years now. We're going into the 30th year anniversary. Obviously, that's the 30th anniversary from when it first started in Japan. So it's only been in the US for about 26, 27 years. But even still, every product has just gone up over time. There's no reason to panic sell. If you feel that panicky feeling, I think that's normal. I feel it too, right? Oh, did I make the wrong choice? Oh no, it's dropping. Just wait. Just wait. You don't need to sell immediately. You can just wait it out, give it a day, give it a week, give it a month, whatever you can do. Start by giving it a day, right? Start by just giving it 24 hours. Don't do anything. Why do you need to sell it right now? Is the market going to change that much between now and 24 hours? No. Okay, then nothing changes. You go, okay, well, maybe I can wait a few more days. Maybe I can wait a week. Maybe I can wait a month. And then you go, oh, I don't really need to sell it right now. Might as well just hold it. It's always better to sell into strength. So when the market is just going up and up and up, that's, depending on when you're doing it, is a good time to sell, right? There's a lot of demand for it. It's easy to sell. People want the product. It's worse to sell when things have softened. And where we are right now in the Pokemon investing market is, again, things have softened for 3 months and it seems like they're picking back up. So, I had some things I was thinking about selling. And I just couldn't pull the trigger because I was like, the prices are so low, they're not selling. I just don't want to bother with it, right? I actually listed them a couple times on TCG Player for competitive pricing, what I would be okay with selling them at, and they didn't sell. So I just took them down. And I'm glad I did, because they probably would have gotten bought out already at these low prices. And now I can just go, oh yeah, it's been a couple weeks. I didn't need to sell. I can just see where things go. And of course, the longer you hold these investments, the better, right? The idea is you just buy the boxes and you sit on them. So that's about it for today, guys. Just a little bit of a rant. I'm trying out different video formats and different locations. Right now, my wife and kids are at home and I'm embarrassed about recording in my office that doesn't have a door on it. I don't like people listening to me. So I came out here and just trying different things, seeing what works. but I'm trying to post more regularly and not just do one video a week or something. A lot of my videos, I spend a lot more time editing and making it look good, or look what I think looks good. So this one will probably be a little bit less edited, but if you like this video, check out my other videos. I've got, I just did a couple on top 5 investments for under $500. And then one that I had never really seen anybody do, which is top 5 investments for under $100. Check out that video. And again, it really helps if you guys like and subscribe. That's about it. Peace.